Hello friends and potential friends. Well, it's starting to warm up out here a little bit. We've had a bit of a cold snap the last few days. In fact, the last couple of days it was warmer at my mom's place in Idaho than it was here in Central Florida. And that's just not right. But I knew it was coming, so I held off on bringing some things out of the lab. And now it's almost 70 degrees today. It's supposed to be down around upper 40s tonight. But we're slowly warming up, and I'm gonna go ahead and start moving some things back outside. Let's walk into the lab and I'll show you what I've got that still has to move. Well, as you can probably see, I went a little bit crazy with tomatoes this year. There's a couple of Romas back there in the back. They're ready to go outside. There's my 2 pineapples that are probably going to go out pretty soon. A little bit of catgrass. And then over here we've got a couple of brandywines back there. A bunch of Praxis cherry tomatoes. In fact, they're not waiting to get outside. They want to make tomatoes. Still have a few Romas in here, and those will be going out pretty soon too. And this label says Mammoth Basil, but hey, that's Swiss chard. I don't care what they say. There is some holy basil right there behind them. And I got this one guy here. I planted basil seeds in that pot, but in fact I think that was a mammoth basil. But that doesn't look like basil. That looks more like catnip. So, what do you think? Look at the jagged leaves. Dark opal basil over here, along with some purple petra. And back there in the back is some Megatron jalapenos. Now most of the Praxis and those Megatron jalapenos are going to be going into a tower out on the front patio or front porch, because I want to get more seeds from both of those. And got a few volunteers here and there too. Apparently some of the romaine decided to pop up after I put Praxis seeds in the same dirt. But there's quite a bit in here that still needs to go outside, and the weather is finally getting warm enough to where I can move them outside. It's getting close to 70 out there right now, about noon, and by the early next week we should be flirting with 80s again. And they're saying we probably won't see another cold front come through here till at least Thanksgiving. So let's go see what we got going out there. Starting out up here on the patio, pineapples and cactus are doing pretty good. And pretty soon it's going to be time to harvest turmeric and ginger. They do not like the cool weather, so as soon as it starts getting cold, they start dying back. I'd guess within the next week or 2. Oh look, I actually have a ginger flower starting to form. I don't see very many of those things for some reason. Probably because they don't get significant nutrients by this time of year. But we're going to be doing a harvest pretty soon. Salad tower is slowly coming along. real slowly. But that's okay because I haven't got my chewing abilities working very well yet anyway. I wish I did. There's a lot of salad right here that I'd like to be eating. Look a little bit worse for wear because it's been pretty windy out here. Windy and cold. And everything is noticing that. And the oregano is doing good. It's been too cold to be working out here, so I haven't gotten a lot done. Rosemary. Seems like nothing phases the rosemary. It just keeps on growing. Still have a few peppers hanging on in here. And they're still trying to make more peppers. But this ain't the right time to be trying to grow peppers. This basil took a hit. We got down into the 30s the last couple of nights, which is very unusual for Central Florida. And it's been, like I said, it's been pretty windy, so I'm gonna have to start staking up some of these tomatoes that I've already moved outside. But these ones are Romas, and they made it through the cold, so we'll see how they do. Speaking of making it through the cold, look at all the green in my carrot patch. Those are coming along nicely. And they've reached a size where the 30s and 40s don't really bother them. So hopefully I'll be getting a bunch of carrots out of this at some point. The Asian cabbages, this is the Mishahili. This one down here is the, what is it, Golden Acre cabbage. They're looking a little bit limp, but mainly because I haven't watered recently. I'll have to get out here in the morning and do some watering. Got more lettuce and cabbage and broccoli and things like that over here. And they're coming along nice. The first planting of carrots never really filled out much. I'll get a few out of theirs, but those I believe were the Danvers 126. And they just don't seem to do as well for me as the Shinkarota. Napa cabbage and my pak choi. They're growing good. And even as cold as it's been, apparently something is eating on these guys. And I'm gonna have to start searching and see what it is. That bed I haven't planted yet. I can put some more tomatoes in there. More than likely I'll put tomatoes in this one first. This one I haven't planted out yet either, and it gets a lot more sun than this other one over here. The patience garden is still hanging in there. Slowly dying back. It won't be much longer. And these other tomatoes that I planted out here, a little bit beat up by the wind. I'm gonna have to start tying off these ones on this side. These are brandywines and a couple of mystery peppers. And oh, some of these are beefsteaks too. Those are Praxis on the other side. They don't pay much attention to the wind. They're too stout for that. So they're doing good. Still have some pineapples in containers over here. Got my fig tree. Still got more cleanup to do. And I still have my garden pets out here. Licorice found a nice spot in the sun. That's helping him stay warm. Oh, and there's Pally too. You kind of see what the excitement is. And I haven't gone out to the mini orchard recently, but I don't think I'm going to today. It doesn't change that often. Except I do see a hibiscus. This is Florida. Nice blue skies. Airplanes passing by. Trees blocking the sun. About 70 degrees. And all is right with the world. So I think I'm going to wrap this up and go do some grocery shopping. I'll see y'all next time.